In today's video, I'm going to be sharing TDS Creative's mid-year release. And if you're not familiar with that is, my name is Brandy. I am the owner and artist behind the DIYstruggle.com. TDS is short for the DIY struggle. I get asked all the time, what is TDS? It's the acronym, that's all it is. And I created a creative product line for you to be able to have amazing quality products at your fingertips that I designed and put together to offer you creative options to use at home for your home decor. As of May 1st, 2025, I'm currently doing 3 releases each year. This is my second one and it's called the mid-year release. There are 7 new decoupage tissue paper designs for you to choose from. Almost all of the sheets have been converted to the large size of 21 by 29 inches. Tissue paper is really easy to decoupage with and also good for a multitude of crafts. We're going to be using this beautiful design called place cards to create some little placeholders using these old vintage wood thread spools. I'm just going to cut out 2 little designs on here that I feel match together and grab some of my thicker paper. Now this is 34-pound paper. Obviously you could use regular paper, but keep in mind regular paper does curl up if you wet it. The thicker paper doesn't so much. I just trimmed this down to size and then grabbed some Mod Podge to be able to attach our decoupage tissue paper. You could use regular Elmer's glue sticks, completely up to you. I actually don't have any of those. I figured Mod Podge would work just as well. I grabbed my little spray bottle and gave the back of the tissue paper a little spritzy spritz. This just helps make it a little bit more manipulable. You do not have to do that. You could leave it just as it is. I like to do that and help spread the paper out. It also helps reduce wrinkles. But if I'm being completely honest, wrinkles don't usually bother me. I know that they bother a lot of people though. Once I was completely finished with this, I just set it to the side to allow it to dry. Didn't take that long, about an hour. If you want to speed dry it using your heat gun, you can. It's completely up to you. I did grab a couple of my TDS dry rub on transfers and put on the sides of our little wood thread spools. I thought these would be a perfect addition since there were little bugs and we had some florals in the place card designs. And here's a little tip, people. Like I said, if you use regular paper, it's going to curl up a lot. And I noticed as these were almost dry, the edges were curling up just a smidge. So I took my heat gun and just went over it and was flattening it out with my hand, and that worked out perfectly. Then I trimmed up all around the edges so everything looked really nice. You could obviously use fancy schmancy scissors with the waves on there to add in that extra little bit of love around the edges. I was fine with mine being just straight. Next, I grabbed some of my TDS dry rub on transfers to cut out one of the little sections. The idea behind this place card design was to create exactly that, little place card pieces. And each one of the designs has a small area that doesn't have a lot of design, so you can pop a name, you can pop a cute little saying like this, whatever you would like onto your piece. You're able to use these as centerpieces, use them as place card pieces at little parties, sit them around the house with cute little inspirational sayings. They just add a really nice, creative, artistic, unique touch to your home or any party that you might be having. I grabbed some of my gauge wire to create the little place card stand that we're going to put inside the center of our wood thread spool. You can create these however you would like. It's actually fairly easy. It just takes some wire cutters and the needle nose pliers and a little bit of finagling. You can also tighten these or loosen these to customize how you want them to fit in here. You don't have to glue anything down. Just move the wire in and out to fit in that hole nice and snugly, and then pop in your little place card and put it wherever you would like. For these next two home decor projects, we're going to be using these TDS Dry Rub-On transfers. They're called Vintage Florals. We're going to just use different sections to apply onto wood and to glass. There are a lot of options to choose from with this set, and it went large and small to offer a variety of options for creating pieces. This wood plate, I'm pretty sure I picked up from Hobby Lobby. Well, it's not wood, it's actually plastic, but that top layer, it's wood. Okay, it's wood. I grabbed the two largest designs and even cut down the one, because you don't have to use obviously the whole transfer itself if you don't want to, and you can do this with any transfers you got. You just cut down the pieces that you want, and I applied them in different sections. I will tell you, if you're not familiar with TDS transfers, be purposeful with your placement, because once you pop them down, especially if you do them on glass, you're not getting them back up to reset them. You're gonna have to use another transfer. If you want to burnish around your pieces, you absolutely can. My transfers don't usually have a ton of halo around them, so I don't normally have to before I seal them. You can absolutely do that and then seal over them, or you can seal them. I seal them all the time without burnishing over them. It's completely up to you. I also added some extras around the large transfer pieces on our plate here. This design would also look amazing on one of Dollar Tree's chargers. I love how this turned out. For this project, I was inspired by a piece I seen on Pinterest, and I taped off the bottom of this mason jar, painted it a gray with some Waverly chalk paints, and then added this outdoor matte varnish by Faux art to the top. Believe it or not, this actually gives clear glass a really cool faux frosted glass look. And if you put it over top of paint with a little bit of Mod Podge, it will also give you a nice crackle. I took one of the transfers, I applied it right to the top, and really adore the bright, vibrant colors in this piece. I really need to make some more faux frosted glass pieces with these transfers. For the mid-year release, I added 3 brand new wood appliques to the collection. The ones I have all vary in size, but the large ones, they're usually over 6 inches. I have hand grip strength issues, and I know some of you that watch do as well. So I thought adding these to the collection would evade some of the issues people struggle with using clay. It's not always the easiest to work with, and the molds and the clay can get fairly expensive. Along with wood appliques, if you're buying them from Home Depot and Lowe's, I managed to be able to get these and add into the TDS Creative line to offer additional DIY solutions. For this beautiful wood tabletop decor piece, we're going to be using the wood rose applique and this beautiful A4 rice paper. Now you could use one of Dollar Tree's wood rounds, but I had these in my stash, and as you can see, they're slightly thicker than the ones at Dollar Tree. They're also a little bit smaller than the ones I grabbed, and thought this would look beautiful decoupaged on here, along with this rose to match all the little rose bits that we have on this gorgeous rice paper. You could absolutely paint yours white if you would like. Doing that helps the designs pop a little bit more, but I love in a lot of my designs, I will keep the backgrounds with a cream so they blend into the wood. I really like that natural look and try to do that fairly often just to give you guys different creative solutions. Now my rice paper, you are able to spray it with water. It does have little fibers in it, super easy to work with and very, very manipulatable. So it has some give in it in the event that you stick it down in a spot and you don't like it. You can gingerly pull it back up without completely ruining your paper or your project. If you're new to decoupage, I recommend starting out with a rice paper like this. It is not as easy to mess up if you're using napkins. Once I had this down in place, I let that dry and took some of my Dixie Belle Gold Gilding Wax and put all over this wood applique. If you don't have gold gilding wax, you can use paint. They have gold paint, so you can pick that up at the store inexpensively and use that as well. and then I trimmed off the excess once it was completely dry. I'm just using a little finger sander for this. Feel free to trim off your excess with whatever works best for you. Then I took some of my quick and thick Type Bond glue and popped on the back of our applique and added it to our decor piece. A new addition to the TDS Creative line are sample sets. These are mysteries and you will not know exactly what's coming for you in the mail. It's part of the fun. They're also a great way to test different products. Each sample set comes with 6 different items, and this particular set is the only one you're going to be able to get these lace transfers in. You also get 2 cut sections of the decoupage tissue paper pieces and 2 cut sections of A4 rice paper. Along with this set, we have 1 wood applique. The last set that I had one of the decoupage fan brushes. There are a total of 4 different transfers that you can collect in the sets and a multitude of different pieces from the TDS Creative Decoupage Tissue Paper and Rice Paper line. These sets were created with your budget in mind. So if you're working with a small budget, but you want the opportunity to have a multitude of things coming from the line, this set will work perfect for that. Or if you're new to TDS and you just want the opportunity to try out some things and see if the creative brand is for you, this will also help give you the warm fuzzies. Products are amazing and I love to be able to offer this option. And please keep in mind that if there are items out of stock on the website, TDS items do restock. I appreciate your patience. As always, thank you all so much for hanging out with me today, and until next time.